So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. So, I appeared to be doing some quests last time. I don't remember too much of what, because in my own time, I have been getting classes leveled up. So Paladin, Dragoon, Ninja, Black Mage, and Scholar are all ready to go for the job quests, so all I'm missing is Summoner, White Mage is almost there and it'll get there quickly, Bard, and I'm about halfway through Monk. So yeah, that's Neato Burrito. What was I doing? Okay, that's in Kurthus. Alabathia Spine. Let's just go to Kurthus. Oh, that's like way out here. I wonder if that's what I was doing before. We'll go to Outer Kurthus. Okay, the encoder overload only seemed to happen when I was opening my task manager, so we should be okay for bitrate. Hopefully it looks a little better. This game is kind of notorious for getting pixelated in the VODs. So if it looks a little different on YouTube, it's because I'm trying something new. If it doesn't work out, then I'll switch back. Oh, right, it was killing these sorbets. That's what I was doing before. So I'll wrap up some of these side quests and then go for the MSQ. I'm also only going to go for about 2.5 hours today because I have baking to do. I'm going to be making some cookies. Since I'm doing them from scratch ingredients, they're not just something you can just pop in the oven. I need to do 4 of these. Some of them are going to be part of... Oh, does it count? Nope. I'm too high leveled. I could sync to it. I could. I really don't wanna. In other news, to go along with the baking, I've been able to eat a lot more foods as of late. Been able to tolerate both eggs and dairy in small amounts, so yay. A little iffy on the onions. I've eaten some things with onion, like ketchup, but others set me off, so I don't know what's up with that yet. We're still in trial and error. Sorry, I'm killing an enemy named Sorbet, so it's making me think about food. Okay, that is done. Remember the Fallen. What is this? That doesn't help me. Okay, it's over here. Also, starting to get entirely new gear sets on my character. Heavensward gear is finally starting to outpace the Realm Reborn Ultimate gear. Hooray! Made really good strides with getting through Final Fantasy XIII, so I'm almost done with that. And a part of me is really debating just doing Genshin in its current state. And Star Rail. Just because stuff is already threatening to go topsy-turvy as of January. For internet games and such where I live. Admittedly, I've been getting some games and books that might not be available in the coming months where I live. It's hard to process how much stuff is already out of print here in America. It may never go back into print. Some of the stuff that I'm looking at I'd have to import from PAL regions, which thankfully it's region free and in English either way, even though I wouldn't be able to use DLC, but with the way things are going, I wouldn't be able to access certain DLCs anyway. Were you able to... Did you have trouble finding their things? So yeah, I might get some PAL stuff in my collection depending on how stuff goes. I know that's how Australia did it for a while when they locked down the purchase of, like, M-rated games. In Australia, everybody just imported from, like, America. That's how China currently does it a lot, too. So many people just import foreign consoles and foreign games to be able to play them, and that might have to be the case here, too. Thank you, thank you. These are definitely... I wouldn't have been able to get these myself. I would have ended up like them. Most of the troops here are just... They're all talk, you know? But these guys were they're really brave. It's just, we bit off a bit more than we could chew. I'll return their things to their parents and tell them. I'll let them know that those men were brave and valiant to the last. Okay, Disciples of War Magic. That is clearly for... tank. Some of these I forget which is which. I'll just do for tank at the moment. Any better? Yes! And it's an opal choker. I wonder how it actually looks then. I can't even see this necklace, but it looks like it would be pretty. Opal choker. Here we go. I refuse to take off my legendary weapon yet. I worked too damn hard for it. Hopefully I'll still have access to this game, but we'll see. Okay, that's done, but it's over there. That's in Cloud Top. This is in Falcon's Nest, so I can grab this real quick. Oops. But yeah, admittedly, since some stuff is both becoming hard to find and/or might not be getting sold here anymore, I'm trying to get my hands on a few things, provided they're affordable enough to do so. So there really were sorbets nearby? Thank you for thinning their numbers. That should keep them in check long enough for us to send a squad to make sure they're fully eliminated. I shall have to notify Sir Redwald immediately. But there's not supposed to be any sorbets around here. I guess we were just misinformed. Unless, by whatever the case, we clearly need better reconnaissance and intelligence. You think it's deceit, or somebody's just really bad at their job? Okay, something over there. I see something on the map this way. Didn't see that when it flew by, so maybe it's honoring the past? Oops. Whee! Trying to stock up on some ingredients and stuff too, as a just in case. Flour, yeast, rice, dried beans, things of those nature. I failed. Failed. It's not safe here. Run. Assuming they can't be killed, but just in case, let's put tank stance on. Such a beast, slain before my eyes. I envy your strength. I used the dragon you slew to attract a stronger one. To hell's with the plan, I thought. But it bested me. I was too weak. Why? Why am I so weak? Too weak to change the goddamn nation. Too weak to... Pretend you didn't hear that. Please give me the dragon's fang. I will deliver it to Margaret. Let's see here. Fang of the dragon slain by your own hand. What do you mean change the nation? Do you mean Kurthus or something else? Thank you, I'll head back now. And hey there, DJT. We're just doing a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV before I head out to do some baking. Currently in the side quest portion, and also testing some background benchmarks. Talking about stuff going out of print that I'd hopefully like to obtain before I can no longer do so. Like books and games and stuff. That's the other thing with like manga especially too, is that so often manga volumes go out of print even if the rest of the series is still being published. I'm trying to get like Heavenly Delusion Volume 3 for example. And for the life of me, I can't seem to find it either reasonably used, nearby enough for them to deliver, or new in print. And so often this is the case with manga, in where the manga will still be printing, like I believe it's volume 17 that's next, comes out in March, but they won't reprint the earlier volumes. They'll reprint some of them, like 1 and 2, but they won't reprint 3 for whatever reason. I had the same issue with Holic. And I don't understand the book publishers in like missing certain volumes. Like, you're going to dissuade people from buying physical copies if you have missing volumes in the middle that you refuse to reprint in an active series. Finally, you're back. Did you find Aelith? Aelith really is impatient to prove herself, but she has her reasons. Her lover was murdered by a nobleman. You can see why she's not happy with Ishgard as it is. Okay, but that's not really the dragon's fault. I can't say I completely disagree with her. Hells, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a lowborn who didn't share the sentiment on one way or another. I guess we're all like heretics in our own way. I should probably stop talking. I hate to think what might happen to me if a nobleman overheard. Any road, thank you for finding Aelith. A missing tooth. So where is Aelith anyway? You said you found her, but I still haven't seen her. Huh? She took the Dragon Fang and headed back before you? Well, she never came back here. What's she playing at this time? Please head back to Red Rim. It's the last place she was sighted. Maybe she's still around here somewhere. Please hurry. Yeah, a lot of stuff here too. Guess it's just too much ink. But the thing is, there's an audience for it. I can understand in America right now, things are a little dicey. They don't want to reprint either games or movies right now, just because they don't know how expensive it'll be to do so, or if people can afford it. But, like, in general, they were doing it long before this as well, where they just refused to print certain copies in an ongoing series, which is so odd to me. It is not available anywhere. It's probably up top. Yeah, it is. Not online, not in bookstores. And it's like, hey, you here clearly have a product that people want to buy. But you're not selling it. How come? Okay, this one was recently slain. Maybe she took out this one. I also want to potentially get more dungeons unlocked. because it has been so slow leveling up my other classes. I've actually been really diligent with doing like my daily stuff and whatnot in the background for dungeon grinding and EXP, but yeah, not as many people are on at the moment, which means it's taken forever. I wanted to get through this way sooner, and I've been diligent about signing on, but no sign of Aelith. But yeah, DPS leveling queues have been torturous. Anywhere from half an hour to an hour. For either the leveling queues or any dungeons afterwards that grant any experience worth a damn, so hopefully getting some more dungeons unlocked for at least a better experience might help. Since fates really don't grant as much compared to dungeons. I've made decent progress with some classes, and I'm over halfway done, but still, oof! Did you find Aelith? Was she there? No sign of her? I see. What the hell? 7 hells is she thinking? So a lot of times while I'm waiting on queues in this game, I've been grinding in Final Fantasy XIII. We'll never find Aelith if we don't know where to look. Ask the troops around the Convictory, see if anyone has seen her. Aelith? Yeah, she was on patrol. I saw her walking around with some noblemen. The 2 of them were out to the northeast, out towards the North Star. Well, that one sounds like everything we need right there. Aelith? She's the dotted girl, yes? I've not seen her lately, no. Why? Has something happened? Oh, Aelith? I thought nothing of it, but she's been quite a while since I last saw her. But it's not unusual for soldiers to be missing on the way from camps from time to time. It sounds like there might be a potential murder if she's meeting a nobleman. Maybe she only told me about that. There's a surprising little amount of dungeons in this game. Yeah, it feels like it. Especially compared to A Realm Reborn, where there was so many. It's like if I look at the duty finder, Heavensward, I have 4 so far, and then A Realm Reborn. Even just before getting to the post-game ones, which starts at Wanderer's Palace, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there's even more after that. Why so few dungeons? I was kind of banking on there being more in order to level up faster, but nope. Chasing me down for the Dragon Fang? You're too late. I don't have it. What do I care about the Dragon Fang? I tried to trade the Fang with the nobleman. He offered me power, status. I was a fool. He tricked me. Took the Fang from me. I have nothing to show for it. My beloved was framed for the theft by a nobleman. The trial was a farce. Trial by combat. The nobleman died, instantly, painlessly, in the calamity. That's when I realized you can't change this world except from the top. I have to climb higher. I have to raise my status through merit. I have to. Oh, if you slay enough dragons, do you potentially become a noble? You don't have to. Aelith, you're no different to me. I want to change this rotten nation too, and I'm frustrated by how slow Dominic is to take action. But he explained to me that change doesn't have to come from the top. Even from the bottom of society, we can bring about change. Even with what little power we have, if we work together, we can make a difference. Please, Aelith, will you fight with me? Help me change Ishgard. We may not be noble shining dragoons, but we can do it. Is it also potentially because they are here and not Elysian? Margaret, I thought I was alone. I was so focused on changing the world, I didn't see allies by my side. Let's fight together, Margaret. First I thought it was Margaret, but apparently it's Margit. Thank you for all your help, adventurer. Please meet us back at the Convictory. I'd like to speak with you further, but not out here in the middle of the cold and the wilderness. I wonder if there are any noble here in Kurthus. I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of stuff is going out of print in America right now. From like games to movies to books. Or aren't getting reprinted or are afraid to reprint at the moment, so for some things I'm trying to obtain physical copies if I feel like I won't be able to in the future. There are optional dungeons that unlock in the patches, but going forward the pacing of dungeons and trials kind of becomes the pace of Heavensward. I'm guessing it's probably like that in future patches too. Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, etc. Hello again, and thank you. Truth be told, I hardly feel like I had the right to speak to Aelith as I did. When you first approached me, I was speaking to a nobleman from another unit. He was asking me to abandon Dominic's unit and join him. I was planning on doing it too. Dominic never put me on the front lines where all the glory is. When I asked for your help to start killing dragons and gaining glory in combat, it was mostly to see how Dominic would react. I decided that if I proved myself completely capable in a frontline combat, and he still left me in the support unit just handling supplies, I'd leave his unit and take the other nobleman up on his offer. But while we were searching for Aelith, Dominic said something to me that made me reconsider. He explained that any fighting force is made of frontline fighters and the troops. Behind that support of them. The front lines can never feel safe if they can't rely on their support to be there when needed. That's why he puts his strongest, most reliable troops in support positions. He's no fool. He's carefully considered where each soldier can do the most good. Once I realized this, I realized there's no shame in supporting my unit. Just as warriors can make a difference from either the front or the rear of the battle, so too can we change Ishgard from either the top of society or the very bottom. I truly believe this, and want to fight together with Aelith to achieve it. It's a pity we lost the dragon tooth to that nobleman, but we can't let this drive us to gain even greater trophies from greater dragons. Thank you again, adventurer. Seriously, does that cause you to, like, become a noble if you bring in enough dragon teeth? Firstly, please let me apologize. The corpse of the wyvern you slew has been stolen. There's a place, the Dreaming Dragon, that holds great importance to the Dravanians. We placed the body there and waited for a great and powerful dragon, but none appeared. The corpse, however, disappeared. We can only assume that someone slipped in under the cover of night and stole it. We're conducting an investigation now. If you'd be willing, we'd greatly appreciate your assistance. Please speak with Margaret for more information. The investigation into the missing wyvern body? We already know who the bloody thief is. Do you remember the nobleman that stole the dragon fang from Aelith? Well, it seems he found out about your plan and is doing what he can to interfere. Trying to steal another's achievements is really truly detestable. But be that as it may, we plan to try resolving this amicably, through negotiation. In fact, we've already talked to the man already, and he's put forth his conditions. Imagine he wants to put charge of the operation, does he? Indeed he does. Dominic, what would you have us do? Know that whatever you decide, you have the entire unit's unwavering support. That puts us in a unique, difficult situation. We can't just let that man take credit for all our hard work, but we also have a duty to fight back against the Dravanian horde at all costs. I want this victory to belong to the troops that fight under my command, but we also can't let an opportunity like this, an opportunity to slay a great ancient dragon, pass us by. I think we all understand how you feel, Dominic. Thank you. It makes this a little bit easier. We have no choice but to meet his demands. I'll meet with this nobleman myself and tell him that we agree to his terms. Please find St. Trelmo? And let him know of this development. He has taken command of the unit as the Dreaming Dragon, leading the search for the slain wyvern. When I get into patch content, I'll unlock something that functions like daily, weekly experience. I'll see when I unlock it. Okay, maybe that'll help. I know eventually there's going to be stuff like Mentor Roulette. Gods, it's all gone to hells. Some idiot nobleman came up claiming to be in charge of the unit. He had a wyvern corpse with him, but before I could tell him what I thought of his claims... I see. Well, that explains who the nobleman was and why he thought he was in charge. Dominic is the type who would yield control if it meant slaying a dragon. Unfortunately, I fear the situation may have been complicated somewhat. For you see, while he and I were arguing, a huge, monstrous dragon swooped down. In a Jatara, I think it was. Well, it had killed the nobleman before I could blink. Oh, that's him back there, huh? And as soon as it had arrived, it was flying away, with the dead wyvern in its claws. Aelith is addressing the aftermath. Do you think you could lend her a hand? So now we lost both our negotiation and the dragon corpse. This corpse was the nobleman that tricked me. He turned tail, tried to save himself. He tried to make off with the dragon bone. See, if you can't find it, if you do, take it back to Dominic. Oh, I thought it was going to be chasing a dragon. I didn't mean searching a corpse. So eager for glory. Look at them now. Technically, there's quite a few dead people around here. Damn. That bloody idiot nobleman has ruined our... No, it's just a setback. We can't give up so easily. Back to camp. Hello? An Ajatara attacked a nobleman? Oh, that explains it then. We just received word that a large detachment of the Dravanian horde is headed towards the Convictory, and they're being led by a large and ancient dragon. It must be a retaliatory attack by the Ajatara. We must do something about it, but we're not ready to fend off an attack of that size just yet. Perhaps the wyvern bone could attract the Ajatara and draw the force it leads away from the Convictory? Here, I've placed a mark on your map. Take the bone there and distract the Ajatara. And it should buy us the time we need to mobilize our forces, strengthen our defenses, and meet the Dravanian horde head-on. At the Bane Pool. You guys keep sending me to the opposite end of the map. Do I know the requirements to become a mentor? No. Just that one of the guys I follow does a lot of mentor roulettes because he's trying to get like every achievement in the game. He goes by Cider Spider. He makes silly little videos that I occasionally watch. Just because he's a funny dude. Playing a tiny Lalafell with very bushy eyebrows. Alright, dragon. Show yourself. I've defeated plenty of these. Won't be too bad. Until your forces arrive, I'm probably gonna take this thing out myself. Oh, that's not the Ajatara? I thought... Oh, wait, no, it said it's done. It is the Ajatara. I'm dumb. I can read. Although, speaking of which, my eyesight has been getting worse again. So, unfortunately, I have to wait another year, close to it anyways, before I can get my eyes examined again. I know my prescription increased a little bit, but it wasn't enough for new glasses, but now it probably is. I usually wait till my prescription is off by at least a full diopter before I change it. But I'm guessing it's probably off by like at least 1.5 or 2 by now. Even though it wasn't that bad just a few months ago when I got them examined. I got it looked at in October, and now it's like so much worse. Ugh. Getting old sucks. Good work. With the time you bought us, we were able to prepare a defense and drive off the Horde's attack. Did you recover the wyvern bone? Yeah, but the Ajadara should probably net you even more than the wyvern bone should. It seems the bone was effective bait. What happened to the Ajadara? Why did I even ask? You only needed to slow the thing down, but I suppose I should have expected no less from the one that slew the primals. We need to inform the Holy See of what has happened. Both the unfortunate accident that befell of one of their nobles and the glorious victory over the Devonian horde, shared by both yourself and my unit. I can only hope that this victory will draw attention to the fighting strategy that allowed it, the cooperation between the front line and the logistical troops supporting them. It will change the way the convictors fight. It would make this a place not for fallen nobles and starving paupers to run to, but the home of an elite fighting force, gloriously defending Ishgard from the Devonian onslaught. Ah, so that was your plan all along. This is but one step in a much greater plan, and if it was a step that someone like Sir Emmerich, someone far removed from the actual fighting itself, is not able to take. Step by step, we can change Ishgard for the better. That is my... I'll be fighting at your side, Dominic. For Ishgard and for you, and more than anyone else for myself. You're loyal, Margaret, and it's a good thing. It's for the loyalty of troops like you that I'm here. You know, I don't see St. Solomo or Aelith around. You should probably try and find them. I think they'd be glad to know that you're safe. Although one class that I've noticed, not that much super different, but they really changed how it works, was Monk. It actually starts to highlight the different moves instead of having you know which ones to do. You keep looking at your hand, Aelith. What's the matter? It's a ring. It was left to me by a woman I cared for during the aftermath of the calamity. She would look at it when she knew she was dying. She told me that seeing it let her know she was still alive. Wait, that ring. Seal on the ring is the coat of arms of my house. The woman you cared for. That was my mother? Your nobility? Nobility? No. Well, technically I suppose I am. My father was a knight in the service of House Holliender after the great failure of the Steel Vigil. After the dishonor of failing his mission, he was stripped of his rank. The shame was all too great for him, and he took his own life. Left with neither money nor prestige, my mother fled. And you, it seems, cared for her. At the... What are you doing here? Am I missing text? It's like it keeps switching to the next one. To be honest, I came here looking for a noble death. Filled with hatred for Ishgard, for nobility, for my family, I was ready to give up. But this last great battle has made me reconsider. Me too. Growing up in the Broom, I hated all those things and more. Do you think we can do it? Change Ishgard, that is? A pauper and a nobleman working together? I think we can one day. But even now, you and I are here together, speaking as equals. Just as I have changed my mind, so too might this nation and its people change. Wouldn't you agree? We still have much to work at. One day, those at the bottom will bring about change to those at the top. Until that day, hold on to the ring, Aelith. Let's see, you need one of every role. So, tank, healer, range DPS, magic DPS, and physical DPS, which is the easy part. Yeah, I've already got all of those. I'll fight. My friends are by my side. Even from the Convictory, we can change our nation. Since I got all of the A Realm Reborn quests leveled up to 50 and done. What an incredible coincidence. Maybe even fate, perhaps. Whatever it may be, if Saint Tramo and Aelith are going to work together for the sake of the future, that's enough for me. Thank you again for all your assistance and cooperation. Margaret is busy taking stock after the battle, but she too deeply appreciates all you've done for us. I hear that even Emmerich has expressed his thanks to you. I doubt I can ever fully repay you for all you've done. But if you ever need our help, I will gladly do what I can. Okay, get some materia. The roles need to be max level. For what patch? And all quests done. You have to also be updated on the MSQ. Oh, so you have to be completely done with Dawn Trail. Be level 100. Yeah, Monk here. I feel like they recently changed. Like, the moves are mostly the same aside from the chakra. They have the blue one now, which is a little different. But now it actually lights up which ones it wants you to do, and it added this little extra point bar here. Which has made Monk a bit more bearable for my stupid butt, who had trouble keeping track of all that. Look, I'm a tank for a reason. I'm simple, I Unga and I Boonga. Let's see. Into the Mist, that's Indravania. That's gonna be Albathia Spine. Alright, on to MSQ. Alright, so mentorship won't be for a while. But maybe one day we shall get there. Same goes with these. I'll eventually have to level all these up. Ah! How we doing, Sid? The dastardly duo. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? Heresy. You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. He was a good man. Sid, have you heard of Isisla? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably the source of the phenomenal cosmic power that is key to his plans. Did it come with an itty-bitty living space? From what he told Bren, the Asians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius in the Ultimate Weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can't see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. That's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. The hardest part about Mentor is completing at least 1,000 instances of dungeon trials and raids, as well as having 1,500 player combinations. Yep, that's why he does videos for it. For the grind. Just silly little aspects of his adventure. Condensed. Into the blue. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I'll join you anon. Airship landing. Airship landing. Okay, that's in the north. Just in case the nobles have to flee from something, presumably. Where? Near the Bruin? Where is this? Near the Astrolodians. Okay. Good to see you again. It'll be a pleasure to have you aboard the Enterprise again. I, heard about your man, Harshafant. Sorry for your loss. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our fight, and I'm pleased to say we're ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain, certain what? Pray forgive my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Urianger and Ryol are pursuing promising leads. Yeah, unfortunately I don't really trust Urianger at the moment, seeing as he seems to be working with the Asians. Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. Though I guess my character doesn't really know that. Alright, white-haired protagonists, assemble! The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise. Shall we get going? There's also Crafter and Gatherer Mentor, which is a lot easier. You just need everything level 100. And 100 collectibles made and 100 gathered. Well, getting to level 100 will still take a while.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
I already see an air current. Yeah, I've done plenty of crafting. This is getting to level 100, that'll take a while. We'll keep the Enterprise here for now, but if you need to head back to Ishgard, you can use that standard to signal for an Ironworks airship. Don't worry, we charted a route safe enough for others to fly, unless that primal shows up. What are the odds of that, eh? Sid, don't jinx it, please. Yeah, you can tell my inventory I'm still struggling a bit with getting that done, but... armor now is... pretty much... completely caught up. So all these have been crafted. I've also been doing some of the extra stuff too, so as you can see, starting to make my way through these. Some of them require me to go through certain dungeons. Like I've been doing Good King Moggelmog over and over and over again to try and get the damn whisker. But will it drop? No! The Enterprise is ready to fly at a moment's notice. Just come running if you run afoul of something you can't handle. I have to get so many, like, waxes from the manor, so I've been running that. I need 24 more. But every time I do it, I gotta, like, queue up to it. I go in solo, because I can do it easy enough by myself. But I still have to run it 24 times. Hawk Manor, 24 times. We'll stay in touch with your Temple Knight friend, don't you worry. I'm glad I have the ones I already collected, but, it's in a locked room that's off the beaten path, too, so I don't have as many as I would have gotten had I normally known to grab it when I was doing my ultimate weapon. From here, Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Assuming the Soleil is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed. So wait, is this a different zone, or... No, it's the same zone, it's just a different section of the same zone, because originally I was at Camp Cloudtop over here. Now I can potentially get to other stuff. Okay. I was gonna say, haven't I been up here with the giant-ass dandelions? eventually I want to get the crystal so I can warp back and forth too. What's my playtime for this game? I have no idea. I'd have to check Steam. Gods, look at them. So many aisles, so many places to hide. No, we must not lose hope. He's out there, and we will find him. Oops, not you. I'm trying to interact with this. Is this a lookout spot instead of a regular spot? Yeah, I think it might be. You search the skies of the Soleil, but see nothing resembling the missing airship. You can do / playtime. Oh. Do I feel comfortable sharing that with the class? Like in total? Or within like a set duration? Disclaimer, I've been in a lot of pain recently and haven't been able to sleep. Oh boy. Time to expose my secrets. Total playtime, 27 days, 11 hours, 19 minutes. So, let's see. 27 times 24 is 648. Plus 11 is 659. So 659 hours. I guess I have to do look out here too. Ugh. Found something. Or did it find me? Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Was that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Oh, maybe now we get friendship with the Vanu clan? Over there. Imperial troops. Ish Guardians. Seize them. They'll know where the Archbishop is. Actually, no, I don't. We have the same objective for once. The enemy of my enemy. We have no choice. With me, protect the Vanu. One of those. Wait, what are you summoning? Alphino, did you learn a new trick? No, it's just Carbuncle. Why'd that take so long to summon, dude? Yep. You guys pay attention to me. Oh, I don't have tank stance on, dumbass. Been doing too much DPS. You're a tank, friend. Act like it. Sorry. Yep, leave the Vanu alone. reasonable since I've been playing for about a year. That's good. Sometimes I just leave it on in the background too, if I'm working on other stuff. Like I said, a lot of that is waiting on queue times, so I'll just be sitting in my in-room, waiting for the queue to pop, while I do other things. So how much playtime is really playtime, and how much of it is just waiting on the damn duty queue to pop time. And so we live to fight another day. Netherlings save Lanu Vanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lanu Vanu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to cloud sea, but warmly welcomes them. Show gratitude to where gratitude is due. Devourer of Worlds. Lanu Vanu owes much more to Netherlings as saviors and heroes. Zundu welcome you. To village we go, to north, come come. So the Garleans were searching for the Archbishop and believed that the Vanu Vanu knew something of the whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have had the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lanu Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. Right, I can't fly yet. Not that. This one. Helm's to the north. Well, that's where we're headed anyway. Like I said, it's not uncommon that when I wait, I either am watching like a show, working on some of my actual deadlines, or even grinding in something like Final Fantasy XIII. So take the playtime with a grain of salt. Oh, I thought that was somebody's mount. It's so pretty, I didn't think it'd be an enemy. It's a... I want to believe Lanu Vanu is sincere in his intentions. Nevertheless, keep your eyes open. A lot of it is also the relic, indeed. But that was also waiting on queue times. Like breeze guides leaves to nest, come and lay down your burdens, Netherlings. Lanu Vanu throws wide arms in greeting. Behold, Oxandu. Your village gets a crystal? A far warmer welcome than the one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ah, Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon. Sound and fury like aimless gale. Eh, what unseen lightning begets such thunderous report? There you are, did you see it? No, but I heard it. It's that damn flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Are they hunting the white whale? Are we doing a Moby Dick? Where? The white? Sid, it's not safe for you to be here. He's wounded. Ooh. What does something like that eat? You'd assume crystal since he's a primal, but by the 12, did the beast just eat the island? Oh, insatiable wight, oh, devourer of worlds, why must you torment us? Ah, Lanu Vanu wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlings, come and break words with Chief of Zundu. Am I gonna have to do a Jonas and the Whale and defeat him from the inside? Genshin had me do that too. It'll take a lot more than Imperial cannons to bring that beast down. When you described it as a flying feathered whale, I naturally assumed you had taken some liberties. Why would I, Alphino? Why would I? Okay, Chocobo there. 77 yalms to the east would be over there. Assuming there's a way we can wrap around eventually. Is this a regular crystal? It looks like it on the map. Okay, set as home point for now, since we're probably going to be here a bit. Yeah, it's shorter. They gave it hats for some reason. Is it like an acorn? You just gotta put the little hat on it. The acorn aetherite. It is a very nice design for Bismarck. It's just has me making all the white whale jokes. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sanu Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. They do change the crystal from time to time. I noticed the one in Mogholm had the top missing. It was very flat. Netherlings deliver Lanu Vanu from claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains to soothe the heart and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sanu, chief of Zandu, is boundless. We're honored to meet you, Chief Sanu. I'm Elfino Levelure, and these are my companions, Bren and Sid Garland. We've come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Ah, like to black steel-shod contraption from which you say of Lanu Vanu? Alas, no, that ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we're looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white, and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Lanu Vanu hear tell of these Netherlings. You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns, we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Lanu Vanu. Aye, aye. Winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Azisla. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sanu, what exactly is this Azisla? Beware, Netherlings, for blankest clouds portend great danger. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. Depends on what kind you refer to. But the white devours isle where the key is kept. Deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond reach of the foolhardy. And beyond ours. Rejoice not his gluttony, Lanu Vanu, for as stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to the white. This he knows, Chief Sanu. Madness of Vundu bodies bodes ill for all Vanu. Well, what's a sin for you may not be sin for me, so... Oh, there's a current. Chief Sanu is leader of the Zundu, strong and wise. Netherling shows proper respect, and he will treat you with the gentleness of autumn breeze. Gentleness of autumn breeze? Where I come from, autumn is windy. I think you mentioned this when you fought Ravenna, but the Primals in Heavensward, a dual type. You want to guess Bismarck. Maybe wind and ice? As saplings bask in the warmth of the sun, so too may Netherlings partake of our hospitality. Technically water, but... because whale and flying whale. Doing the Pokemon thing. With every dawn, fewer and fewer remain, so great is White's hunger. Can we not just leave the key to the forbidden land in the island-eating whale's belly? I mean, we can think of worse places to keep it. No, I thought not. Is he Earth because he ate the island? Earthwind? So Az's Law is home to forbidden secrets, accessible only to the bearer of a key which the Archbishop covets, much as I would like to believe it safe within the belly of Bismarck. The Knight of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, then surely they will. Quite how we often go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings anon. Oh, water and ice are separate in 14? Oh, water and wind then, is my guess. If Netherlings seek knowledge of the White, then speak with Vanu Valley, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present self with humility and respect. As sun yields to moon and moon to sun, Netherlings must greet Kunu Valley with a bow. So you're like spoonbills? You bow to them? Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Because if I go into... Yeah. Sorry about that. Fire, ice, wind, earth, lightning, and water. I'm guessing wind and water. Sorry, that was what I was thinking in my head. But I kind of forgot. Because I've been doing too much Final Fantasy XIII in the background. I got a lot of recording for that, John. Then the quantity of crystals needed to sustain Bismarck would exceed that consumed by Leviathan. I've already got a job class up to level 99 in that game. Dance of Zakzundu, as precious as rising sun to give nourishment of light. Does Netherling village have a dance as well? Okay. You. Bow? Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow. Traveler from below, Kunu Valley, keeper of tales, hears your words and she remembers. In times long ago, the lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the White is one among many. Newborn, he swims besides his many brothers in sea of endless water. But hated the White is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and he is reborn. The White still longs for the sea to which he cannot return, but in rebirth a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw, from whence come the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content he gazes below, and sees others who are as he, hated and haunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth and guides those people to the sea of clouds. Such is the tale of his rebirth, and the salvation of the Vanu, may it never be forgot. But this demon which menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of the wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them? Kunu Valley knows no tales like this. Okay, so... when he was summoned as a primal, clearly something in there got corrupted. And two polarities, I'm assuming light and dark. Personally, I've seen enough of that flying feathered whale already. So according to the Vanu Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes? Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? But what of you, Elfino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is, unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu skyfishing. Yeah, I do, actually. Skyfishing? My gods, that's it! Alvino, my boy, I could kiss you. Are we gonna skyfish a whale? From what we've observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's hide, and then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. Yeah, we're literally gonna whale it. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Bren fail to subdue the creature, they would almost certainly be eaten, along with the rest of your appetizing island. Then I hack my way out from the inside. Oh, they won't fail. And if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow them out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust attacks like this to anybody else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to my joining you as well. Not at all, the more the merrier. So question, since it's a primal, does it technically have, like, innards, or is this going to be, like, a certain other fantasy Final Fantasy whale that has, like, a whole universe in there? Right then. It seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for a fishing trip, while you two need to find me some bait. And not just any island, mind. I want a mouthful at most. Maybe let the Vanu pick that? Like, oh gosh, that one's an eyesore and I can never grow anything on it, instead of being like, damn it, that was my comfy zone. The boys and I can handle most of the preparations, but we'll need you to secure a suitable island. Let me know when it's done. Bolt Chain Island. Well, you heard, Sid. We need an island to beat the hook. By way of a first step, I propose speaking with Chief Sanu. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they've given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him. And quests are starting to open. Ah! Zooming up here, yeah. We can but ask. The Trompetain is upon us, the white feasts, and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sanu. The creature which torments you is not the deity who raised up the floating isles and made a gift of them to you. He is a preservation of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightfully safeguard. Yet it need not be this way. Chief Sonu, we have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Moats against the tempest, in vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sanu to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Trompetain can turn into the Ponente. I don't know that word. Ponent? Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they will guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sanu. Of that you have my word. Come, let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. Birdman says, sure, go for it. Where on earth? You're this way, actually. Where are you? Where did you guys go? I'm assuming further north, and maybe it wraps around? Quickly, I want to see my ether currents in this place. I'm missing quite a few. To the east. Okay, there's still some to the east. Because I can always come back for those other two quests. I only got so much time for this episode. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Next to story. I'm thinking I'm gonna need to hunt it down. No. Just gotta bake the dough, and then I gotta have time to chill the dough, and then I gotta have time to cook the dough. My, that took hardly any time at all. The Ironworks engineers do not disappoint. Are you ready to go sky fishing for a primal? Our Guardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition. I've taken the liberty of producing a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've chains to spare, every link forged by the manufactory's master craftsmen. If you have any lingering doubts as to their strength, know that they were originally intended to bind dragons, and were not found wanting. I'm not so much worried about their strength as if we're gonna have a Final Fantasy X moment where the whale drags us. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Ren, let Wedge know when our party is assembled. Because, like, don't get me wrong, they hooked Sin, they were able to do it, and then Sin was like, I'm bigger than you, I'm taking you for a ride. And he did. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one bit, but I can't help but being excited all at the same time. So tell me, are you ready to hunt the white whale? After you then, all aboard. The Limitless Blue, now accessible. Oh, it's a duty? Well, hopefully it pops quicker as either tank or healer then. Oh, it don't let me go in with like... okay. I have to go in. I have to form an actual party. Uh-huh. Might take a while as tank. Duty. I'm on a time crunch today. Ta-da! Healer cues, man. Sin's also way bigger than Bismarck. Yeah, but our ship isn't that big in comparison. Even real sperm whales can sink an entire ship by themselves. The real-life inspiration for Moby Dick? That was a young whale. And it split their ship in two. Play. Don't fall off the ledge. Just gonna stand with the tanks. Ooh, we're getting rammed. Yeah, that's what whales do. Mobs to start. What's the field generator for? And some sort of barrier. Oh, do we have to shoot it with the dragon killer? Everybody's gathering up here. Oh my gosh. We actually get up here? Okay, so it's a little bit like fighting on the Final Fantasy X airship. It's causing damage though. It's the worst fight in the game. I'm assuming because of all the extra ads and stuff. It's less the boss and more everything else. Okay, this one is clearly getting targeted the most. Let's get one for you. Oop. Wave's coming in. Oh, it's gonna pass right over me. Ah! Stuff everywhere. Okay, get the tornado to stop following me. Let's get put in a different spot compared to White Mage. I've been working on White Mage. Note to self. Keep lucid dreaming in the same spot regardless of class. Oof. Pardon me, gotta get out of the way. And because it's just an easy fight in general. Pocket bubbles. Up. Oh god! Suddenly everybody has no health. Suddenly team fine, suddenly team not fine. You have to be physically on the whale to do the damage? Yes, I do. Weird. Okay. What is causing you guys to take damage? There we go, that's the whole fight, I guess. GG. Everyone, GG. Does this light up one of our own internal crystals again? What is... weird iPhone looking. Yeah. Hello? And the wind crystal has been reactivated.
Warrior light, beloved
Hey, you can speak again.
Heidelin, receive a blessing more.
Hark, receive my blessing once more. Looks like it should open. I wonder I couldn't find you. You were in the Dark Void.
The Lord of Mists, as did all others before him. How many times does this make, warrior of light? Ah, how much you have grown. Far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
She has what we seek.
You can't have it.
That she does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag.
Damn it! You're supposed to be the class that makes barriers.
Gain the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
You know, if you can do this, why not just dispose of me right here and now?
My thanks to you, Asian. And to you as well, warrior of light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck.
You know we're thousands of feet in the air, right? If you can pick me up and throw me like a stuffed animal, you'd win automatically.
Is within our grasp. The path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare.
I knew it opened. I'm like, there's no way. It looks like it pulls apart in the center, and it does. Show us the way to Kingdom Hearts, indeed. I still think it's both in there. Kingdom Hearts is light and dark.
By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Pretty sure you are currently holding them. If not for the Asian behind you. This is a whole ass continent. Or is it a dragon itself? No, it's a continent. They're just up there in the stratosphere, huh? Do we have to nuke the barrier off this one first, too? I'm glad we're all still here to tell the tale. I didn't know Alphino had been studying Magitech technology. He was a godsend during the fight, the way he helped me tend to the engines. I mean, his book is also technically Magitech technology, so, like, maybe let the two intercept? In retrospect, we should probably have seen that coming. Still, you fought well. Better than that, in fact. Chin up, eh? Forgive me. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were still sealed within the engine room and heard not of the struggle until it was over. This is why you always have a lookout! Why would you not have a lookout, knowing what we're up against? And now, for our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, for we yet live, and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. This time, more floating islands. This time, in sci-fi! Though we failed to secure the key, we must never forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal, and prevent the Vanu Vanu's lands from becoming consumed in doing so. The Zandu, at least, shall be glad for our deeds this day, provided the other island doesn't blast this one out of the sky. Let's go and inform Chief Sandu of our victory. Excuse me, Sandu. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides. Good news, you're not going to get eaten by Bismarck. Bad news, something worse is probably going to happen. They even brought down a judge.
Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once!
Damn, didn't even whisper that loud. Got something that detects biological life forms in that helmet of yours?
And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
You know people up here farm, right?
I thought Ishgardian's responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken.
You know, when I said worse things, this isn't what I had in mind.
Just as Wire observed. The Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
The Warrior of Light? She who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Aziz's Lar as well. Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last.
Well, staying silent hasn't done me any good either,
your
so...
sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to heel. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
Bro, your Uruk has already tried to nuke me off the face of the earth, quite literally. I think I'm allowed to speak words.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
You have axe, use it!
Where did that come from?
Take cover!
Stop staring like a dumbass and get in there. We literally took out a primal and you're scared of him. A white one?
Your Radiance, we must withdraw.
Sid do this too.
We shall meet again, warrior of light. On that you have my word.
You're scared of me when you have that? Just because one person brought a Magitech armor? Seriously?
So Garlemald too has designs on Azizlar. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
Maybe something grants a ton of power and you don't want anybody else to get it. Ah, the armor? I had it sent here as a precautionary measure. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald. Various Zos Galbus in the flesh. I assume the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the centurion spoke. Now forgive me. This is neither the time nor place for such idle speculation. Pray return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I have yet to apprise Chief Sanu of all that has occurred. Once I have, we will rejoin you at the airship. Varus, sorry. Let's check out some of these while we are here. Sleepless in Akzondu. Ganu Valley cannot escape unending thunderstorm of buzzing bugs and desire sleep more than rain during summer drought. Ganu Valley has an idea to soothe bugs droning, but delirious from exhaustion, Netherling goes in Vanu Valley's stead. To east lies Gurgle Grass, which devours bugs as Vanu hatchlings feast on Wamura Kampa meat. Netherling brings Ganu Valley 3, and storm in ears recedes to dull drizzle. Trust me, buddy, I wish I had something for my tinnitus, but it has never gone away since the last time I got sick. It's just perpetually there now. Netherling's coming is fortuitous as late season rains. Gunavanu and Gunavanu's family faces desperate times. His brother verges on failing Zundu's rite of passage. Again! All Vanu and Oke Zundu must undergo rite of passage for respect of other's tribe. Know no better than nesting. Brother fails trial 7 times. Must try the 8th time soon. 8 times! No Vanu ever fails a trial 8 times. If brother fails again, gales of laughter from others in tribe shame family until day's sun in sky no longer burns. Gunavanu sees Netherling's help like wind which brings seeds to bloom. And Gunavanu would ask for help as well. Rite of passage rules very strict, but Gunavanu is plan. Rules forbid aid from other members of tribe, but saying nothing of Netherlings. Help my brother and quell impending storm of derision of family faces. Brother is name of Ganuvanu and his roots. Ah, Gunavanu knows not where. Brother temperament changes faster than breeze in autumn. Ask other Vanu and seek him out. Or Gunuvanu stays nestling forever. His head should be blown with the wind. To be fair, it is probably made of metal. Netherling seeks out Gunuvanu. He is skilled at 2 things. Finding shade for napping and running away when Chief gives work. Newborn hatchling works harder than him. Okay, looking for blue. Gunuvanu never where he should be. While other Vanu work, Gunuvanu soars like Griffin in his dreams. Ganuvanu not seen him since sunrise. Netherling find Gunuvanu easily. Look under every tree in village. Gunuvanu follow shade as sunset follows sunrise. Say to Gunuvanu, wake up, and Netherling come to know true meaning of panic. Go yell at Birdman. Also, the southwest. Must be in the part of the continent I haven't gotten to yet. Wait. I am going entirely the wrong way. Then why am I honoring the past? Am I accidentally going towards this one? No. I'm going entirely the wrong way for no reason. Because it's pointing me off for the wrong one. Ah! Did this thing spawn too close? Because that's totally getting in. Maybe I was just chasing the current. We'll see. We'll see. Is anything up here? No. Should be able to unlock flying. Good. I'm guessing some of these islands are flying accessible only. Southwest. That's probably why I was going south. Stupid brain. I'll come back later. So once I finish these, I can warp back in. He's under the stairs! Ganuvanu rests eyes. Think of great offering to Elder Shaman. So much work. So sleepy. Shade not big enough for such great nestling. Needs a good talking to. Wake up! Did not work? Oh, I gotta say it with exclamation. With feeling. He is targeted. In chat mode say, enter the phrase containing wake up to rouse him. I just did. Do I have to put it in parentheses? Hello? Oh, it's probably because I'm capitalizing it. Oh, like it matters. Oh my god. Ah, Ganuvanu awake, yes? He is. Ganuvanu works hard. A Netherling? No wings, fleshy beak? Not Vanu, certainly. Netherling should not sneak up on Vanu that slumbers. Claws cut sharper than fierce gale. Yeah, me too, bud. What? Ganuvanu's brother sends Netherling to help with rite of passage? Ganuvanu passes rite and is no longer a nestling? Heaven shine on Ganuvanu this day. Warrior failing 8 times weighs heavy on heart. But now with Netherling's help, Ganuvanu casts off weight and soars higher than any in Okezandu's imagines. It's probably Okezandu's, but whatever. Well, we got the thing. I'll grab it while it's here. Just, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like that might kick off an actual quest line. So maybe leave for now. We'll come back when can fly. It's one more down. Over here. Oh, that's MSQ. That takes me back down. Not yet. Not ready. Not ready. Groundskeeper, you're different looking. Don't recognize you from previous titles. But to be fair, there are Final Fantasies I haven't finished before. We're working on it, bit by bit. Okay, Gargle Grass number 2. Guessing 3 is up top. Yep. They're Venus flytraps. While I'm here, to the southwest. Maybe there's only the one left. Maybe. Kinda just want to look at something really quick. Because this only goes as far as here. Maybe that only goes as far as there. Okay. So maybe they're all within this stretch. Or in the other places I've already been to. Sleepless nights make Ganuvali's mind maelstrom a fog. Does Netherling bring plans of Ganuvali seeks? Netherling brings rest at last. Ganuvali's troubles become sustenance for Gurgle Grass, and big wheel of nature turns without hindrance. Might be on another chain. I don't know. South. Doesn't seem to be that far away. There it is. It was probably right there in the cutscene and I totally probably forgot to grab it. Okay. Ether currents. 4. Sea of Clouds. I'm missing 1. Does not detect any nearby currents. We might be in this zone then. Got quests over here anyways. So it is signaling me here. Does not detect any nearby currents. Huh? It's a quest crystal. Oh. I thought it was the other way around. My bad. Good evening, adventurer. What can I do for you? Frayed battle standard? Clothes that I don't remember the quest of? The battle standard of the Steel Vigil, charred by flame, just as I remember, though there's much I wish I could not remember from that day. In the wake of the calamity, we were all but defenseless, and Savara and Safat saw fit to give us no quarter. I should hope never to see a battle so bloody. He laid down his life for our nation, for the few of us who escaped with our lives, a true leader to the bitter end, and I will always treasure the years spent under him. But I'm not worthy of a memento such as this, though she may be reluctant to accept it. Lady Lanyette should be the one to have this. I realize she has her own way to deal with grief, and I suspect that is why she did not attend the ceremony. But in all my years since serving House Halienter, they have never been the sort to simply let go of family. Please, friend, take the battle standard to her. Please tell me it is up here. I hope so. I'm not ready to go to the lower world yet. Seriously, can I not jump down? if you can get a rainbow dodo. Under the big thistle. You place Osele's belongings in the shade of a large flowering plant. A young girl's laughter seems to echo in the breeze. Big hydrangea, big thistle. I've seen these, but I forget what they're called. And then I shall be able to fly the skies. Make questing easier. Hello there, Bren. Is there something you need? The battle standard from the Steel Vigil. You're too kind. This is a most unexpected gift. Shlodame was a good man. I was right to put his men's needs before his own. They were a family, and they mourned his loss like family, though I wish they had not followed Francel's example. He insisted on a post in central Kurthus, hoping to avenge him someday, and Chodblanc's men were quickly to follow suit. But I refused to dwell on the past. Grieving it gathering years after year, it's not what he would have wanted. He would have me live my own life and fulfill my own dreams. Yeah, the French names, I'm sorry. I don't know French pronunciation. I'm learning a little bit by little bit, but... His passing was a great loss to our house, but such hardships are not unfamiliar to us. Times are hard, but we'll move forward, and in time, Ishgard will become the great nation he believed it could be, free of war. That's true of even, like, my early Genshin Impact videos. My first time pronouncing Chinese names and whatnot did not go well. I did my best, but my pronunciation of Chinese stuff today is very different from my pronunciation 4 years ago. Because I didn't know what I was looking at. Because I didn't know any of the sounds to make. Ah, Bren, I wish to speak with you regarding a rather urgent matter. We recently were attacked by a band of Anu. They struck without warning, making off with weaponry and armor from our storehouse. A small unit led by Lieutenant Tremau is tasked with retrieving our stolen arms, but we've not received word from them since. I fear they may have fallen prey to the Vanu. I can think of no one more able to aid them, and so I ask that you find them and see to their safety. Lieutenant Terramau has planned to take his men to Vanu Akbandu to begin their search. Make your way there and see what you can find. The fact that the Akbandu has like a space after the common there really messes me up. 3 of my men were sent to serve the area around Akbandu earlier this afternoon, and I've yet to hear word of them. A routine check shouldn't have taken this long. Yeah, this little divot. The fact that there's a face in here. Oh, Akgundu. That's different than Akbandu. Excuse me. It makes me think it says okay with my stupid dyslexic brain because I register it as one word because it's got the separation here. Just little dyslexic things. A routine check shouldn't have taken this long. May I ask you to travel to the location on your map and see what has delayed them? If they've met with trouble, I'd be at ease knowing you were there to help them. Alright, now that we should be able to fly, yep, there we go, we can start taking all of these. Ah! Ah, Bren, if there was ever a time I needed your help, it surely is now. The Piasas inhabiting the land north of camp have been giving us some trouble. They're mischievous sort by nature, but this time they've gone too far. They laid waste to the supplies of our beloved cook, and supper was ruined. They must learn that we are not to be trifled with, and so I ask you to put down 3 of the beasts. That should prove sufficient to thin their numbers and discourage their antics. Actually, what level are these? 50? Your timing is perfect as always. I was thinking of your recent encounter with the Vanu when I recalled reports from men who patrol these areas. They often catch the Vanu on higher ground, in places that offer commanding views of the surrounding area. It's believed they're conducting routine surveillance, but to what end I do not know. But I mean to find out. I would have you assist me. Pray return to where you first sighted the Vanu and search for clues. Whatever they're scheming, we must know of it. Alright then. Quests, stuff and things. Things and stuff. Stuff there, stuff over there. Maybe return to the crystal. I don't know, flying dog seems a little weird to me, but okay. Since I intend to eventually have a different mount for each class. Let's pretend we're running on the wind. Use your imagination. Yeah, they are making a new Okami. Okami technically 3, because everyone forgets about Okami Den on the DS. Ah, Bren, your timing is impeccable. I need you to retrieve 5 bushels of black loam for the crops. You can find it in fields east of here with the Wyzant's graze. I would go myself, but I haven't the stomach for it. Going near those gargantuan beasts, that is. That's something I want to play on my channel again. I did on my old channel a long time ago. And I started a playthrough on this one, like over a decade ago, but I made those on private. Just because the mic is not very good that I was using. No, this will not do it all. Just the person I was hoping to see. I need your help to fortify our dwindling rock provisions. Our supply of metals is particularly low, but flesh from the Wyzants should hold us over until the next shipment of provisions comes in. If you can bring back 4 slabs of their meat, it would help us immensely. You can find them north of camp at Last Step. Because the thing with the new Okami is that I'm curious what all staff is going to be working on it, because originally it was developed by someone called Clover Studios, and they kind of split mostly into Platinum Games, and then a few people went into Capcom. Now they're reforming Clover Studios, and the head director that worked on Okami is going to be taken away from Capcom and put into Clover Studios. But most of the staff that originally worked on Okami that weren't head lead are still in Platinum Games. So I don't really know what to make of this yet. I have an excuse to now, I do. I have the HD version. I have the PS2 version and the HD version. Which obviously I'd probably go with the HD just because trophies. Okay, anything up here? Yeah, Wyzants are up here. 56. This might hurt me. Guess we'll see. Honestly, I kind of appreciate Monk highlighting their moves. It kind of simplifies the class a little bit, but it really helps my dumb brain. Actually, I should have stayed over here. Monk does more damage from the flank. Obviously, I won't start it yet until I finish up a few other projects. I'm busy as is, unfortunately. Co-developed between studios that include various staff members of the original Kami, M2 Inc., Machine Head Works, and Clover's Inc. That's the thing, Clover originally went under. They went bankrupt. Which is why they took most of the staff that worked on it. A few staff members went to other studios, but the vast majority went to Platinum Games. To the point that Platinum Games practically is the original Clover. So whoever makes up Clover now is mostly gonna have to be new people. Because it's basically Clover 2 Studios. Because Clover 1 is dead. Platinum Games is successful enough by themselves that they really don't need to disband or let anybody go. Also, OG Clover Studios was only really alive for like the one game of Okami, whereas Platinum Games has like a ton of successes under their belt now. So it's kind of Clover Studios mostly in name only. I feel like I've seen this critter before in some other RPG. But I do not fully recognize. Can also eat some food. That'll make things a little easier. Every little bit of experience, I suppose. So I have a few concerns with it. I hope they end up being unfounded, but... just given some video game history. I don't know what art style they're gonna do with it either. The art style that they showed off, was more like what they used in the tech demo a long time ago that they decided not to go with. That more photorealistic look. Which most people are glad they didn't use, so the fact that they showed that off kinda, I don't know, it made me a little worried. It gives me the same type of fears as, oh, this is one of your favorite anime? We're doing a live-action adaptation, and everybody collectively goes, ah, damn it. So maybe they won't, maybe it'll turn out great. I have fear. Up. Here. Oh, who are you? Waiting is boring, like watching moss go on rocks. But I must what? Netherling return to interfere again? Forget you're part of the other tribe. I was thinking you were friend. You are foe bird, not friend bird. From a brief glance, it seems like it's being made by Capcom's Resident Evil team. I don't know, I'd have to look into the staff. Which even then, just because you're good at making one type of game doesn't necessarily mean you're decent at the other. For example, would we want Kingdom Hearts headed by anyone other than Tetsuya Nomura? Not to say that it can't be good, but like, that's part of what makes the magic is the team behind it. So we'll see. Is it going to take place maybe in a different time period too? Since the events of the current Okami wrapped up pretty nicely with a bow. Even Okami didn't, they're like, yeah, it's been years, we've had kids. So I wonder if maybe it's going to take place in a different period of Japanese history to give like a whole new setting. Good to see you return safely, so tell me, what did you discover of the Vanu's plotting? Oh my, what have we here? There's a pattern of some sort etched into the bone, though it doesn't appear to be any manner of lettering. Perhaps they use bones like this to keep record of what they're observing from atop the cliffs. This could be the opportunity I've been looking for, the kindling to ignite the fire in the hearts of my men. We must delve further and get to the bottom of this. Okay, beef stew. Let's get beef stew. Three sets of 14 lines, 2 crossed out entirely, the third halfway. It's no use, I still haven't the foggiest idea what the markings on this bone could mean. Would you show it to the others? Perhaps they would know what to make of it. Can I assist you with something? My thing too is, now that Monolith Soft is 100% owned by Nintendo, I'm hoping that they have enough Nintendo money to like buy back their previous properties, like Xenogears and Xenoblade. They did with Bot and Kaitos already, so that they can maybe start working on those again. Buy back Xenogears from Square and Xenosaga from Bandai Namco. What an odd pattern. I've never seen it like this. If it holds any meaning, I could tell you. My apologies. Just because the actual writing team for that one, which is entirely at Monolith Soft, is what makes those games. I don't trust Square to redo Xenogears. How good to see you. What can I do for you? That's why when everybody else was like, oh, there might be a remake of Xenogears. It's headed entirely by Square Enix without the original writers. And I'm like, then it's not the Xenogears I'm looking for, is it? Oh, it's a continuation of the book series you love, without the author. So hopefully, here's hoping they'll be able to buy them back. Seems to me that the scouts were counting on something. Question is what? Because the biggest issues with those were always the money. And having to buy the properties back, which sucks. Honestly, on such a moral level that you have to buy your own stories back from a studio. That's happening with the Alice series as well. Madness Returns. American McGee really wants to make another game, but he cannot convince EA to let him. He's even said, I want to buy back the property. And like, EA will not sell it. Even though, for all intents and purposes, it's his. Not close enough. I have no serious injuries, though it could have been worse if not for you. I never expected to find Vanu hiding in a desolate, broken building. Thank Halone you were here to help us. I was sure we were done for. It's just I've seen it happen so many times with other game series, like Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, even Spyro. Where it's like, oh, they're making another one. Oh, it's not made by the original people. Oh, shit, it sucks. Lost Frontier, Size Matters, Enter the Dragonfly. For Cian Siran. We'll do this first. Who goes there? You've been sent by Lady Lynette? Then all is not yet lost. You must hurry to Lieutenant Teramau. He's gone beyond the bridge, deeper into Vanu territory. Please hurry after him before it's too late. mean, eventually Spyro was obtained by Toys for Bob, but even then, I like the aesthetics of the Toys for Bob game. It handles a little funky, though. 7 hells, there's no end to them. Oh, don't scare me like that. I take it Lady Lynette sent you? Ren, is it? Well, we have quite a mess on our hands. Not only are our weapons still in the hands of those beaked bastards, but my men have been scattered. It won't be easy, but we got to regroup and see the mission through. Like, I love the look of the Spyro Reunited trilogy still, but in motion, it's one of the very few games in existence that give me motion sickness because of how much the frame rate jumps around and how much motion blur there is. I'm hoping that on PC I'll be able to patch it enough to be a solid 60, if not at least a solid 30. But I played it entirely through on PS4 and, whoo boy, gave me the motion sicknesses, and I almost never get motion sick in video games. We did well to drive the Vanu back, but we vastly underestimated their numbers. What's more, they replenished their ranks faster than we can put them down. All because of our carelessness, 3 of my subordinates were cut off and scattered before making it back. I fear before long the Vanu will have them. I need you to find them, and instruct them to retreat back to the bridge. So long as they make it this far, I will see to it that they are safe. Which kind of kills any replay value if, you know, you're going to play something and it's going to give you a literal migraine. Like, it doesn't matter how much I like a game if it makes me physically ill to play it. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? So the lieutenant would have us withdraw. I suppose the supplies will have to wait. Kinda like garlic and onions at the moment. Doesn't matter how much I like them, if they make me sick to eat, then I cannot have them. I'm still testing those. Don't know if that's the case yet, but we shall see. They'll never find me, Retreat back beyond the bridge? In order I'm only too happy to follow. Okay, one more dude. I think Gears is more likely than Saga. And even then, you doubt they want to go back instead of making another Blade or a Xeno thing altogether. It depends, because they could always adapt the story into, like, the new combat system. They don't have to make a one-for-one remaster. And again, they did remaster Baten Kaitos, which I honestly saw Xeno coming before that. Never thought they'd go back to Baten Kaitos, but they did. Please don't frighten me like that. What, an order from the lieutenant to withdraw? Understood. Especially since they've been weaving Xenosaga directly into the Blade games. Not just with cameo appearances either, but without spoilers. The ending of Xenoblade 3 literally takes place inside of Xenosaga. Can't say more than that without spoilers, but fans were able to point out a few trinkets here and there, but if you've played the actual games, you're like, no, we are, like, here. Well done indeed. I dare not think what would have become of my subordinates and myself had you not come along. At last I can breathe easier, if only for a moment. Though nothing would make me happier than to return to Camp Cloudtop and put this all behind us. There's still work to be done. I trust we can count on your continued support. Your assistance has been more than anyone could ask for, but there is yet work to be done. We did not come here to simply be driven back. Nay, we must take back the stolen weapons and armor. I will create a diversion to draw what attention I can from the Vanu nearby. While they're distracted, I need you to retrieve them. Not only is it a location, but it's actually events that occur in Xenosaga at the end of Blade 3 as well. Haven't played through that whole game yet, but I did see that bit spoiled for me, and it's like, oh no, I know exactly when and where we are. Let's see, down here. I think the context went over most people's heads who haven't played Saga, but if you have, whoo boy! All the people are like, oh, I think they made references. I'm over here like we're on First Miltia. Undergoing the events right prior to the second game. Ah! Everything appears to be accounted for. Words fail to express my gratitude. Our equipment and perhaps even my subordinates would be lost to the Banu if not for your aid. Pray return to the Roan house and deliver them to Lady Lanyette. It's only fitting that we should receive them from you. We'll return in due time, when my men have recovered their strength. Okay, there's gonna be stuff in there. I'm assuming it's gonna be tribal quest stuff. It's 4 o'clock, though. So only have a half hour left. Oh my goodness, how much higher is it? Looks to be a ways. Yeah, I plan to get to that eventually, but I gotta play 2 first. And like I said, it's behind everything else. I typically only do so many of a series within a year too. Otherwise I get burned out. Like I did Mutation right after .hack Infection, and it immediately burned me out as a result. So unless the games are like really, really, really different, like Final Fantasy XIV compared to Final Fantasy III, for example, I tend to only do 1 game per franchise within a year. Just to avoid myself from burning out. Because then it's not fair if I'm like burnt out halfway through like a second game or something and then I'm judging it unfairly.
Ah, an Everling walks among the tribe of Vandu? Zephyr winds bring them during my time of need. Zundu spies, birds like hawks, gather information on Vundu tribe. Information which must reach the chieftain of Oxandu. Netherling is trustworthy enough for such an important mission? 3 spies keep keen eyes amongst the surrounding area. Fly as Sanua between their perches and lend ears to their words, then report news to village chieftain.
You should play 2, it makes the ending even better. Yeah, I know some things about that. I've seen adult versions of the characters, for example, in artwork. Because it's impossible to avoid. It's literally in the trailers. Like, dang, Rex got a glow up. Got a grow up and a glow up.
Keen ears miss not.
To be fair, he was like 12 in the beginning one, so he was a literal child, whereas in 3, he's fully an adult. Ergo, he looks a lot different, but he looks really different.
Vundu tribe holds many prisoners. Their cries echo in the night from all directions. Chieftain must help rescue prisoners from clutches of villainous Vandu.
But yeah, by 2025, that means everything will be renewed for me to start whatever series again, without burning myself out. And stick to my own guidelines.
Netherling help. Tribe of Vundu means to make sacrifice soon. Grant freedom before Vundu shaman returns. Poison from fiendish Vundu courses through veins, prevents all movement. Netherling, ride on fiercest gale to Anuvanu and Oxandu for antidote. Return here before ceremony of sacrifice finishes.
He's like 15 into, but can we agree he looks like 12? Regardless of the canon age. 15 is not the impression I get. Whereas when you see him in 3, it's like, yep, that's a man. That is full-grown man.
Vundu tribe means to sacrifice innocent Zondu. Tribe of Vundu goes too far this time. Hurry, Netherling. Take this antidote to follow Zundu and free him from dreadful poison. Dark winds bode ill for tribe of Zundu. Netherling must help. In the Cromlech do cursed toadpoles lie. Strike down 4 of them to stave off the ill fortune they portend.
So many quests. There's no way I'm getting through all of these in half an hour. This will carry on into the next episode. Or in 15 minutes, I should say.
As Zephyr winds bring good fortune, with Netherling comes opportunity for Kanu Vanu. Hatch and crave flesh of skinned, Wamorkampe. But Kanu Vanu dare not leave him to hunt. In Kanu Vanu's stead, Netherling slays beast and brings back bounty. Tribe of Zundu faces great distress. Hinu Vali makes foolish request of Netherling, like asking them to stand on mountain during thunderstorm. Netherling steals Akvandu like silent breeze, makes way with supplies. Netherling can only carry so much, 3 baskets enough. Hinu Vali makes dangerous request of Netherling, but fate of Zundu tribe relies on success. Hinu Vali must prepare meat for tribe's feast, but her blades dull like waning moon. Netherling helps, bring materials for new knives, while Hinu Valley continues work. Skies near Aksandu home to Endymions with claws sharp and deadly. Strike down 4 and bring claw, else butchery never end.
But yeah, even Xenoblade is one of the games that are becoming really, really hard to get. I have 2 digitally because it's nearly impossible to get a American copy anymore. If I was to get a copy of Xenoblade 2 at the moment, I'd either have to get it A, used, or B, PAL region. They don't sell new ones anymore.
Brazen Vundu tribe goes too far. Nestlings of Oxandu suffer under violent storms of abuse. Netherling defends nestling of Oxandu, helps scatter Vundu tormentors to the wind. However, Netherling must not attack Vundu directly. Like all Vanu, Vundu ride wings of Sana Vundu. Slay 3, and Vundu lose wings to torment Zundu nestlings from.
Because when it came out, I didn't really have a lot to actually get it, so I had to get it later. But by the time I got it later, they were no longer making physical copies. And even used ones went for more than the digital. So if I want to actually collect that game and its DLC, which comes on a disc, not disc, cartridge, dumbass, comes in a cartridge, I'd probably have to import a PAL version. Are there any games still stuck on the Wii U? Star Fox, but I'm one of the only people that actually likes that game. Star Fox, the Zelda remasters, so like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Technically the old Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know they're making a Switch version. They're adding new content, which is why I'll probably play that version, but the graphics are actually worse. Like, just from a technical standpoint, there's a lot more poppin' and stuff. Maybe they'll fix it before it actually gets released. But as is, I was right. I was right in my previous assessment that if they were to bring it over to the Switch, they'd have to make some sacrifices because some parts of the Wii U are more powerful than the Switch was. The Switch is an all-around better system. It's more efficient, and it's close, but it's not a perfect one-to-one for recreation. There's some stuff the Wii U, like open environments and character models, that can still handle better. So they had to make a sacrifice and redo like a bunch of the models and how textures load in. I knew that was going to be the case. I kind of wish they waited until the Switch 2. To the point that I kind of wonder if there's maybe going to be like enhanced graphics if you play on Switch 2? Like, do you get a different version similar to PS4 and PS5 games? Maybe they'll do that? They want it to be backwards compatible for the sales, maybe? I don't know. And like I said, maybe they can update the graphics since then. Beta versions and all that. But I'm kind of disappointed they had to crunch it. I was really, really hoping that they could make the game prettier, not downscale it, but no. Xenoblade Chronicles X is one of those games that looks like even amazingly better run on an emulator. You can really see like every detail in the whole sky and all that. So I was looking forward to that if it ever got re-released, and it's like, nope, we're crunching it. Damn it. It looks worse. I guess I'll still probably go with that version for the extra content, but I'm a little bitter. Here's hoping on Switch 2 or whatever they do like the PS4 and PS5 where they're technically different versions. Or has a graphics patch. Think of it sort of like Intel hardware versus AMD hardware. Now you can have an AMD card that absolutely blows an Intel out of the water, but there are some processes that still rely solely on Intel and aren't compatible with AMD yet, especially in the world of emulation. That's kind of like what's going on with Wii U versions versus like Switch versions. For most things, yes, the Switch is going to be a more powerful system, but for very niche little bits of software rendering and stuff, the Wii U just uses a different card. That stuff was explicitly built for. That's even like with my editing. The reason I still use Intel and NVIDIA is because of my editing. Now, if you just want to play video games, is there AMD setups that'll blow mine out of the water? Absolutely, and they're cheaper. If this is what you're going for is pure gaming, then go for it. But for certain processes, like actually working on emulation or editing, I need to have Intel and NVIDIA. Because there are certain things that AMD just doesn't do yet. Even if you were to look by them side by side, you'd be able to say, oh, but the AMD cards are stronger. Yes, but I'm looking for a very niche process that only one does. I'd be more than happy if it got brought over to other cards. Trust me, it would be much nicer for my wallet too if they did. But it just hasn't happened yet. So since Switch doesn't have that capability, in part because they weren't able to shrink down the cards yet, a lot of AMD cards come with the rendering like directly in them now, which is a similar process to that, so you don't always need a graphics card. It's on board into the CPU for small processes. Not for everything. You still need one if you're building like a gaming PC, but the same idea goes for like Switch. At the time when the Switch was made, they weren't able to offload some of the graphic processes to be tiny. You still needed a bigger card within the system itself, hence, you know, big fat console that sits on the desk. they weren't able to shrink it yet. So that was a process that was ultimately lost. Now it has been able to be shrunk since then. So I can see them putting the capability into the Switch too. But they wouldn't be able to do it for this original Switch. Because at the time, the tech just didn't exist. Now without making the console big and bulky, which kind of defeats the purpose of, you know, handheld. You can do it now, you couldn't do it back then. And as a result, some functionality was lost. They're able to have good power in general, but a few things here and there still lost the shuffle. Oops, damn it. You guys can follow me. Able to make it work, but sort of like emulation, it wasn't a perfect fit. It's the same tech we put in mini PCs these days. Let's see, what do you need? Oh, you get the juice. Everling's courage remains as reliable as the setting sun. However, poison takes time to flow through body, and lingers as a scent brought by the gentle breeze. For now, I hide and remain quiet, away from the cruel eye of the Vundu tribesmen. Tell Anubanu to send Sanua. Poison should run its course before Steed's arrival. Okay, quest there complete. Running out of time, too. Only got about 5 more minutes before I gotta get going. Got things to make. Ooh, 57. This might hurt me. We'll see. I can do 56. Let's see if I can do 57. Monk hits like a truck, and I do have some new gear on him. So... even then, for cell stacking and CPUs, we're kind of reaching a limit. So we might have to develop a new technology for CPUs in general going forward. We won't need it yet, but even for PCs and stuff. We might have to change the physical structure of the CPUs in another generation or so. So CPUs might look a little different in 5-10 more years, instead of the usual little silver square we're used to. Depends. Depends how technology goes forward. Otherwise, it'll get too crowded and too hot. There's only so many links you can chain together. So it might have to be a more vertical process than horizontal. I'm probably talking about stuff that makes no sense to the average person. Sorry. Tech look different, is basically what I'm saying. Future tech look different. Hopeful certain owner doesn't stick his hand in the pie. Oh, Don't need it to smell super musky in here. Open the windows. Let out the stank. Yeah, here's hoping not. Then again, he doesn't even play the ones that he praises things from, so you know what? Spymaster must know. Vundu always on lookout for faithless Zundu tribe members. They attempt to sow seeds of discontent which grow into betrayal. Vanu of Akazandu must remain vigilant. And even then, tablets and stuff are getting a lot more powerful as well. So, I know gaming hardware and architecture is getting better, but so is tablet stuff. I'd like to see a lot of stuff ported to like PC and mobile more. Just for, you know, Steam-style purchases. Because we can do it. Especially those Snapdragon cores. Ooh boy. They can run just about anything retro. Spymaster asks for a report. Very well. Vanu Vanu of Vundu tribe hold Netherling prisoners, and their cries ring out like distant thunder. Bring information to Chieftain before harm befalls prisoners. Okay. We've made it a decent way. So I'm at... Where do we have stuff? Oh, I can't turn them in until I'm lower level. Or higher level, excuse me. Because of this. Some of these said they were level 50, though. Game, you lied. You said it was a level 50 quest. Well, even then, he's made it seem like, oh, he likes Nier, for example, but it's very clear he's never played it. He's just obsessed with 2B's butt. Because if he'd actually played Nier, he'd realize all of the things he constantly rallies against in video games, they're all in Nier. We don't like XYZ themes in video games. Yeah, Nier has every single one. Fuck off. Brian, you've returned. What of the equipment in the search party? Sincerely, someone who actually goes here. Never fail to impress, my friend. I see, others are not yet fit to travel. No matter, I take solace in knowing they're no longer in harm's way. And yet, the Vanu's recent fixation... Oh, thank you for the follow. I need to actually pull up my thing really quick. Sorry, can't see your name. Everything's tiny. Elquinjenna. Thank you for the follow, Elquinjenna. What was I saying? And yet the Vanu's recent fixation on Ishgardian weaponry still concerns me. But with a weak grasp of metallurgy, I can only surmise that they crave more advanced weaponry to oppose us. It may finally be time to strengthen security here at Cloudtop. Our duty is to keep watch for Dravanian activity, after all. We can ill afford to be distracted by the Vanu. In any event, I was right to call upon you for help. Thank you again for everything. Okay, I was able to complete that one in monk form, probably because it's from this area. It was probably an older quest, but I need to be higher level for some of the other ones. Darn. Alright, let's head back to the Shroud. In part to remind myself that there's a holiday event going on that I totally forgot to do at the beginning of the stream. Sorry. I'll do it next time, since I still have several days on it. Oh, it's even snowing! They added snow! Little snowman posters, baubles, stars. Cute. I want to see how festive they've made it. Yeah, I see that you can get some chocobo armor, and the other one was some music. There's some teacups and stuff too, but I think those are furnishings only if you have a house, which I do not. I live in the inn. I'm a gremlin who's still low level and lives in the inn. But for now, this is going to be where I have to call it, because I'm out of time and I have to go bake some cookies. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined and followed. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV in the future. And I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye! Oops, gotta do log out, otherwise it messes up.